Yeah, I covered it in my podcast last week. I wanted to ask you a big topic of your administration has been the sovereignty of the United States and fortifying our borders, which you would think, Mr. President, that any president as the commander in chief would be concerned about borders. That would kind of be a thing. Unfortunately, many are not. Joe Biden seems to have wiped clean our southern border. And now there are rumors out there of a Biden administration initiative to propose $450,000 payments to illegal immigrants who violated our laws as payments for family separations. Your thoughts on that outrageous absurdity?
It's not even believable. And family separation, nobody's done the border like that. We had the strongest border in the history of our country by far. Now we have the worst border, and drugs are pouring through. Not only people, drugs are pouring through. They're emptying out their jails from 100 countries. They're emptying out all their prisoners into our country. They're walking right across our border. What's happening is a disgrace. But on top of everything else now, they're giving $450,000 to illegal aliens that came in. One thing was separation. Now, when a person heard about separation, you know what happened and the reason for it? They didn't come to our country. So they wouldn't come. So we didn't have the problems like these people have right now, where millions of people are pouring up. We're going to have 10 or 12 million people in 1 year into our country, speaking many different languages. You're talking about over 100 countries are coming in. Many of these people, unfortunately, are very ill. They're very sick with diseases that you're going to catch. And I mean, COVID is the least of it. All right. COVID is bad. They have a lot worse coming in. And they're just pouring into our country like water pours in, and it's going to be hell to pay. You have people coming in from the Middle East. You definitely have terrorists in the group. The people that came in the planes from Afghanistan, you definitely have terrorists in those people. I said 97%. Nobody knows who they are. It's a disgrace what's happened to our country. In a period of, I've heard you talk about it brilliantly. In a period of 9 months, they're destroying our country.
It's amazing how quickly it's gotten so bad. Mr. President, your thoughts on Dr. Anthony Fauci? I know that a lot of people ask you about this, but I just wanted to get your candid thoughts about him. You dealt with him. I haven't. Again, I don't know him like you did. Early on, there was a lot of confusion. I get that. But it appears now that his statements about gain-of-function research in the Wuhan lab and funding from the United States government, it appears that some of those statements don't exactly align with the truth at this point.
Yeah.
Should he resign?
Well, I'm the one that stopped the funding, as you know, when I heard about it.
Yeah, I remember.
The funding. And I stopped it very quickly, very strongly. Look, he was always fine to me. To be honest, just call me Anthony. Just call me Tony. And I said, okay, Tony, what's going on? So he wanted to keep it open to China. I closed it. He wanted to keep it open to Europe. I closed it. He then said President Trump saved tens of thousands of lives. I would oftentimes do the opposite of what he said. He hated masks. He said masks are terrible. Then he became a radical masker. But look, he's been there for many, many years, I guess like decades. And they're protected and lots of other things. But I did a lot of the opposite of what he asked me to do. And, he's a great promoter, less of a doctor than a promoter. And to be honest with you, I always got along with him very well. But, he certainly he is a mixed blessing. There's no question about it.